welcome back. I know it's been a while. Well, it hasn't been a while. It's only been a few days. Since I done a reading, I had to decompress. I read most of all of your comments, and some I definitely learned from, and others well, you know what? You don't like every comment, but I do appreciate every single one of your comments. And remember, when I'm doing a reading, I'm not being biased. I'm not being one-sided. I may give an opinion about a certain situation, but it does not reflect my reading. I wish for the best of every reading I do, okay? There's no prejudice on my end at all. Now, with this reading, it was requested by a loyal subscriber, and I'm assuming it's a female who asked me to do a reading about her children, I believe, because when I did the reading about those two young kids, you guys probably remember those two young kids that I did a reading about, Diamond and Tianda Bradley. Yes, I did a reading about those two beautiful girls who came up missing, and a young lady asked me to do a reading on her two babies. This is what her reading said. Hello, her name is Bugatti Gotti. She said, hello, can you do a reading about my daughter and grandson missing, Diamond Bynum and King Walker? So I'm going to do a reading about Diamond Bynum and King Walker. Okay, and I pray for their safe return. I pray for justice. So let's go ahead and get this reading started here. Cleanse these decks, purify these decks, cleanse these decks from negativity, from evil, from lies. I want to bring forth the truth. I want to bring forth the truth about Diamond Bynum and King Walker. All right, from what I gathered from a search, I gathered that this article was in 2021, so it was 2 years ago, and it says 6 at the time, so 6 plus 2, 7, 8. So it's been about 8 years now. So 8 years ago, Diamond Bynum and her young nephew King Walker left a family home in Gary, Indiana, and never returned. It's like they vanished from the face of the earth. LaShawn Walker, Bynum's mother and King's grandmother, told the Sun Times before a Sunday news conference in Daily Plaza. She insisted the Gary Police Department should be doing more to crack the cold case, which involves two people who were especially vulnerable. Bynum, now 27, suffers from genetic disorder and is mentally stunted, while King is just 8. I understand 27. I mean, these look like two young kids, but she said her calls to police sergeant leading the case have never gone unanswered and unreturned, and she still doesn't understand why the FBI or other agency weren't tapped to provide assistance. It says King parents, Arena Walker and Joshua Williams, later claimed authorities have failed to provide a critical police report, which they believe is vital for them to conduct their own probe with the assistance of a private investigator. I don't feel like they've done helpful at all during the whole process, Arena Walker said. It's kind of been like they've been fighting us every step of the way. Here is a news video. I'm going to let you see the news video, and then we'll proceed with the reading.
Every week we take time out to shine a spotlight on cases of missing Black women and girls. They're cases that often get overlooked or ignored by other media, and in many cases, law enforcement. And we can't help but think that the case we're covering tonight would have gone national if the people involved didn't look like us. 21-year-old Diamond Bynum and her nephew, 2-year-old King Walker, have been missing since July of 2015. Family members believe Diamond may have taken the boy out for a walk. Now, Diamond has a genetic condition that led to slow mental development. And while there were some reported sightings of the pair initially, nothing was confirmed, and they haven't been seen since. The details in this case, heartbreaking. Equally so, how family members say police treated them and this case. Joining me now tonight is LaShawn Walker. She's Diamond's mother and King's grandmother. Thank you so much for joining us. Our heart goes out to you, not one family member, but two. How is your family holding up?
It's really a incredible ordeal to go through, especially for 6 years. It's been really, I don't know, traumatic. It's really hard to even explain. I'm just praying that, that we get answers soon.
Yeah, I know you're trying to be strong about this, and we want to hear more about your daughter, Diamond. What was going on in her life when she and your grandson disappeared?
She was staying with her dad and his wife, Michelle Bynum. They had just moved to Gary, Indiana in February of 2015. Um, and, she was she was in the Special Olympics. She was going to summer camp, and she was learning to swim at the time before they went missing. And but when they were with the stepmother, she fell asleep, and when she woke up, they both was gone.
Just like that. Well, Sean, tell us about the last time you saw Diamond and King, and I want to hear more about that day that they disappeared because it just doesn't add up, and I'm sure you've probably been trying to piece this together yourself.
Yeah, I read a million scenarios in my head. What could have happened? Um, well, I know she said they woke up that morning and ate breakfast. I guess after Eugene went to work, and she bathed them both, and she lay King down in the bed next to her, and she made a pallet for Diamond on the floor. And she said she dozed off, but then when she woke up, they both was gone. But the last time I saw her, it was maybe a week before that, and she seemed a little sad, and she called me maybe a couple days before they went missing and told me to call her. Um, and she just was just she just sounded sad on the phone, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her before they went missing.
I have to admit, I didn't hear about this at all. So I am stunned that I didn't hear about it. But then again, I don't watch the news. I get my news from various blogs or alerts on my phone. I read about it or I find it in social media. I don't watch the news because I'm an empath and watching the news just drains the heck out of me, just like these readings, but I enjoy doing them. Most of the time it's probably a bit elaborate, but sometimes the news seriously embellishing stories and they don't never put the full truth out there. And depending on your area, if they always talk about most Negroes and colored people, they never really talk about many Caucasians, and they're the leading race when it comes to crime. But they never talk about them. They're always putting the Negroes and the colored race on the forefront when it comes to crime, which further stigmatize the image that we're nothing but criminals, and that's not true. We're the most compassionate race on the planet. But so anyway, so let's move right along here. Let's see what happened to these two babies here. Gods and goddesses, give me a sign. What happened? I'm kind of getting visions now, but some of them are negative, so I'm going to block some of that out. But just to let you know, this is for entertainment purposes, and I never met any of these people. This is just from visions and all alleged, not factual, just all alleged, and based for educational purposes, assumptions, and critique. Let's get started. All right, this card wants to come out. The Hierophant. These two cards want to come out. Oop. And these two cards. These two cards. All right, that's all I'm getting from this deck. This is the card that first came out, and this card barely comes out. As you can see, it's a lady. She's sitting on the throne. She has her two fingers, which means she's like trying to withhold some kind of standard or something along those lines. So the Hierophant is literally about traditions, conventions, and conventional, some kind of conformality, some kind of some rules that has to be followed or something like that. I'm getting someone. Okay. We got rules. So we getting a lady who's very dictative. She's coming across as a bully, fuss a lot. So I don't know if the kids wasn't listening to this person, got on this person's nerves or something like that, and it was like, I'm gonna, I don't know, but I'm getting a very strictorial, a very irritated person. I'm getting a female, but it could be just because of the tarot card, but I'm getting both getting a lot of male and female energy where their tolerance level is like, they just really was upset that the kids, I don't know if the kids were hyperactive or they didn't listen. Maybe they had some kind of listening problem or they didn't understand, or it could have been a number of reasons, or kids is kids, especially boys. That's what I'm getting. I have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles is telling me some kind of hardworking person, very patient, was really caring about these kids, cared about them a lot, something like that. This person is coming across as kind of a protector, so to speak. I don't know why this person popped up in a deck. We'll probably find a little bit more about that later. Okay. And then we have the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is, I'm getting a free-spirited person. I'm getting a person who wanted freedom. Just tired of the rules, tired of the headache, tired of the responsibility. Just want freedom. Like, I can't take this. Just can't take this anymore. These kids are getting on my nerves. I'm getting a lot of irritating issues here. I don't know why this is popping up in the reading, but that's what I'm getting. Then I have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles here, which tells me, well, it's not too far from the Knight of Pentacles. I mean, they're both domestic people, very domestic people, and they're very creative. So I don't know why this popped up. That's why you see a rabbit in there, because it means fertility and things of that nature, which means producing, which means new ideas. So I'm getting a creative person who's very creative, who has a lot of ideas. I don't know why this is popping up in a reading. And then we have a Nine of Pentacles here. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is, again, some kind of financial gain, some kind of, this is a part of some long line of, what can I say, harvest, so to speak. Some things that has been going on for a long time. So as I get further in the reading, I get more and more visions, but I'm getting someone with new ideas. I'm getting a creative person. I'm getting an irritated person and things of that nature, and some financial gain, something to add to the long line of other ideas or fruit or harvest, so to speak, to what they already had. So we got a person who was adding to their financial gains when it came to these kids. And then we have the Four of Cups to decide to pop out at the last minute here. And the Four of Cups is literally someone feeling unfulfilled. Even with all of this, they're feeling unfulfilled. They're feeling very, okay, I'm not liking what's going on here. I'm not liking the injustice of the situation. This is not happening. I'm just not liking this. So someone feeling unfulfilled. So in the beginning of this particular reading, we got someone very irritated, someone not happy, just want things done their way and their way only, no other way. Just get it done. There was no compliance. There was no kind of diligence that was being followed by these kids for some reason, and this person really did not like it. And then we have this card here, the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, which signifies some kind of leader or something like that, or some hardworking person. And then we have new fresh ideas. And then we have the King of Wands here, even though it's a female on there, but it says the King of Wands, which tells me this person was a leader. We're getting a lot of leader and strategic person who wanted things done their way and their way only, who wanted to add to their harvest, who wanted to add to their financial gain. And at the end, someone is feeling very unhappy and not very fulfilled at all. So they're just sitting there like, I'm so over this, I can't deal with this anymore. This is telling me is either I'm getting the kids where they disappear for financial gain and for other sinister things, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm getting. They disappear for financial gain, and on the other side, I'm getting good riddance or something like that. I'm not sure why I'm getting that, but I'm getting financial gain and for really dark and selfish reasons. Dark, selfish, and financial reasons. That's what I'm getting here. Dark, selfish, and financial reasons of why these poor babies were taken from this household or taken in general. I'm not sure. That's what I'm getting. Let's dive deep a little deeper into this and see if I can get more details about it, because so far I'm getting financial gain, add to some kind of harvest of other things they have done, and good riddance. But at the end of the day, the person was left unfulfilled. They did all this and they still not happy. So like, why did I do this? So I'm getting regret. So let's see if I can dive deeper. You want to see what these cards say? All right, this card wants to come out. All right, I'm not getting any more from this deck. Okay, the owls and the birds here they signifies communication, you know, like social media, jabber, or gossip or something like that. So that is definitely surrounding this particular missing. So someone was gossiping, they knew something, they knew what was going on, they knew information. This means meetings and interviews and things of that nature. So I'm getting here someone really irritated, someone who just won't order. I need order, I can't take this anymore. Go away. Okay? And then I got deals, planning, financial gain here. And then at the end, still left unhappy. Okay? And then I got gossip, interviewing, meetings, and things of that nature. So there's definitely a rumor going around. They know what's going on. Someone close or knitted around this particular situation knows a lot. They're just not saying anything, but they know what's going on, and the truth will be revealed about these kids here. So the truth definitely will be revealed, and it's not going to be what, you know, you expect, but it will definitely be revealed. Let me just get deeper in here. See what these cards say. Ooh. Okay, this card wanted to come out. Alright, we have the journey card here, as you can see. That means someone coming traveling a long way. We have suitcases. He has this top hat, so this person is of prestige, and they're definitely going someplace. So traveling. So these kids was definitely taken out. Oop. Then we got lovers. The lover card wanted to pop out. Oop. This card came out. Oop. This card came out. Oop. Okay. This card came out. And this card came out. I'm going to stop there. Let's see what we have here. Alright, other than the journey card, that means someone's traveling definitely first class here. Then we have the lovers card here, which signifies it could be a new love that was blossoming around the time these kids were missing. Then we have a childhood. You see this person here? Y'all saw me pull this card before to signify someone with some status, some prestige. You can see she has a beautiful dress, her little bunny there, and her canopy bed. So this person, I'm getting a couple. All right, someone of this couple, one of the couples in particular, is going to get sick. That was last. This means either into something or a death, but considering this followed the bad health, which means the husband, wife, or whatever is going to get sick and die. There was some unexpected income. Now, there are two scenarios I got. The first scenario done, this is inside job. These kids were taken for money gain, for monetary gain, for some kind of upward movement, because they may have been worth some money or whatever, and they was taken overseas and submitted into whatever they were submitted into. Okay. The other scenario that I got was that these kids were sold. They were sold for some kind of financial gain. That's what I got. To a couple who wanted kids to play them off as their own kids. This is a couple with money, and this is for financial gain, as you can see here. There will be a death here from one of the couples. Maybe the husband probably died, the mom, or I'm not sure. The wife probably died. And you can see here, there's definitely a financial gain going to be brought from the death of one of the significant others here. So what I'll be looking for, because I got the Jabber card, which is the bird card, which means this was an inside job. Someone in the family or someone close-knit knows what happened to these kids. A lot of them are saying that, I'm not saying this, but I'm just hearing voices right now. I'm getting that, I'm tuning in. I'm getting families saying that this was an inside job, that the mom sold the kids because the kids were very irritated and she didn't want any kids. She just got into a new relationship, or whatever the case may be. I don't know if the father was not very loyal to the kids, so she sold the kids for some money, and now she's not happy anymore. That's the gossip that's going around the family, that she sold off her kids or something like that. And then I'm getting the kids were sold off to someone who traveled very, very far. They have money, and they sold to a family who wanted kids to play them off as their own for whatever sick reason, which is odd because, but, you know, they weren't babies, but some along those lines of needed for whatever selfish, sick reason. I'm not sure. They had money, and they paid a hard, substantial amount of money for these kids. Apparently, they've been doing this for a very long time, buying kids overseas or far away for financial gain, but this person is going to die soon, so the truth may come out then of how many kids does this couple have bought over the years. That's what I'm getting. So I'm getting kind of a 2-3-parted story here. I don't know if the kids are still alive. I try to block those memories out. They're too devastating. I didn't get a death card in here anywhere. But that doesn't mean that the kid is still alive. It just means that either the death was very tormenting or the kid could still be alive. Okay? But I try to block those out because I don't want to give people false hope or anything, especially considering this happened a long time ago. So that's all I have here. Only thing I can say, I would start questioning my family members. I would start, definitely questioning family members. I don't know why I'm getting family members, but I'm just start questioning family members. Start looking at social gossips. Sit back and think, who was acting weird around the time? Who needed money really, really bad at that time? Who was very strict and controlling, you know? But on the other end, maybe loving and caring. They have like two faces here. You know what I mean? Who came up after these kids went missing? Start thinking about that. Once you follow those breadcrumbs, you would definitely find who did what and what happened. Okay? That's all I have. Good luck to you. My prayers are with you. I hope justice is served, and I hope these kids are found alive and safe. My love and my prayers is with you. Good luck to you, and thank you for asking me for this. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate. Thanks for staying throughout the duration of this video. Again, good luck.